quick stretch? Yeah? Good, good. Okay, my name is Terry Lanktree. I'm with the Ministry of Labour, Citizen Services and Open Government. And I have with me today for Shaneen with Forte Consulting. So today we're going to talk about migrating the distribution service to FME server. So I thought I'd give you a bit of a history about distribution service. I originally said it's old. I've changed it to it's been around a long time. Old for a Rembrandt is great. Old for computer stuff doesn't seem so good. So it's been around a long time, like the Commodore PET. It was created in order to automate data transfer. We used to have a number of people around various ministries who would go and you would request data. They'd go and then cut it out of the database, put it on a disk or a tape, or better yet, a hard drive if it's got a lot of data, and send it off to you. The government decided to automate that process, so now it's along the lines of what Stuart was saying earlier, self-serve. So it's taken a lot of the workload off ministry people, and it's reduced the time it's taken for you to get the data that you need. The last upgrade to the engine behind distribution service was to FME Objects 2006. So a lot of the file formats and a lot of the great stuff that everybody loves to do didn't even exist when the engine was built. Currently, what we have is we have an enterprise data warehouse. A lot of data from various ministries comes into a centralized Oracle warehouse. It's got ArcSE sitting on top of it. We've got thousands of layers in there, of which, when I did a quick count of what I had access to over 700 layers to distribute, as well as thousands of packaged products. So that's the trim data in various formats, like the wonderful SAFE format, the MOEP format, IGS, all that great stuff. And we also wanted to use it, we're currently using it, to leverage the open data downloads, as that's the big push right now is open data. The distribution service also has to take care of things like security. We have a number of data sets. We have open data sets. We have public data sets that are still under copyright. We have data sets that are open to ECEID user, to industry for forestry, say, if you're going to do an FTA, forestry tenure. If you want to do that online, you have to have access to yet other data. Then there's government-only data, and there are even some named user data sets due to privacy issues. And then we also had accountability. So not only are we accountable to the users of the system who want the data that they need in order to get their job done, we're also accountable to the data custodians, those people who own the data. So someone from the Ministry of Forest may come up to us and say, exactly how many people have downloaded a data set? Or is there some way that we can let people know that the data set they downloaded last week has a problem table, that sort of thing. So we have to take care of all of that. And I have the privilege of standing up here and talking to you. It's really a huge team effort. We have a number of people, Peter and his group, they work on getting data configured for the warehouse. We've got Stuart and his group, Greg here, who work at replicating that data into the warehouse on a regular basis. We have Annika, who works on configuring distribution. So it's a great big process for us as well as for Forte. It's more than just one person who does all this. So as a quick example, this is the a schematic of the architecture of distribution service as it was sometime last fiscal. It was quite adventurous. It did a lot of stuff. It had a lot of moving parts, a lot of components. When FME Objects 2006 was created, there was, like I say, a lot of things that it didn't do that we'd like it to do today. So email was handled by distribution. A lot of it was handled by Java, Java Beans, SMTP. There's a lot of moving parts within the service itself. And so this year, or last fiscal, we decided that we wanted to make a change. And this change was actually quite exciting for me. This is one of the changes where I think the first time I've ever come across where I was told, make a change, but it's not to the GUI. Usually the changes we make are, how do we improve the GUI? We want more of this, we want more of that, we want more flash, we want more bang. This time it was, we know we're successful if at the end of the day the user goes through the same workflow and it doesn't look like anything has changed. What we wanted to do is accommodate new data formats. We wanted an API in order to allow other services to call distribution service without letting the user or the client know that they're actually switching systems. So you can build a portal, the Open Data website could call distribution, get the data package, and let the user know without the user actually knowing that they've entered distribution service. While we were doing that, we also thought, well, we could get off Oracle Application Server and streamline onto Tomcat. We could look at FME objects versus FME server. We could get rid of beans because we don't need them anymore. We can also look at scalability. The old distribution service, if we wanted to add more processing queues, we could do that all on one core. If we wanted to maintain it, well, we had to look at maintaining it based on unsupported software. So we took those other criteria into account, but there were really two main drivers for going to the new distribution service. And we brought Forte in to help us with that.
So